Disclaimer: this game is an open beta. A lot of stuff is due to change. How to win. Roblox Operation Siege is what people call a tactical shooter. Tactical shooter is a sub-genre of shooter games that covers both the first-person shooter and third-person shooter genres. These games simulate realistic combat, thus making tactics and caution more important than quick reflexes in other action games. In ROS, there are two ways to win for each side. As an attacker, you can win by A. Defusing the bomb, or B. Killing the entire enemy team. And as a defender, you have to stop that from happening. You can win if the time runs out and the diffuser hasn't been planted, or, like the attackers, win by eliminating the enemy team. Now, let me quickly explain what you'll have to do as an attacker. First of all, you will need to pick an operator. There are 6 operators for each side. As an attacker, I recommend to pick Assault. He has good weapons and his grenades can be very useful to clear rooms. You can change the attachments by pressing these boxes, then picking an attachment and pressing return. And when you're finished modifying your gun, just press confirm loadout. In the setup phase, which is the first phase, you will be a small drone which you can control by using your mouse. With this drone, your task is to find the bomb site and get a bit of information on the enemy. You can ping them by pressing Z. Tip: try to hide or exit the building with your drone after the bomb room has been found. You can reuse your drone in the operation phase by pressing 4, and so if you're uncertain if the next room is safe to enter, you can use the drone to recon ahead. Now, you're in the second and often the last phase, the operation phase. Whichever operator you choose, you have now control of. The first thing you want to do though is get inside the house / mansion / Amazon. To do this, you can pick one of two options. A. You go through one of the doorways located outside. Or B. You can breach open one of the outer walls and enter through them. Tip: destroy the cameras all around the map to hinder the defender's vision and information. So, now you're inside the building. What now? The best thing you can do is stay near a teammate and slowly move towards the bomb. Most enemies will very likely be inside bomb room, and that's where your operator finally comes in handy. You remember, right? The guy you picked at the very beginning? Every operator is unique and they all have different play styles. If you, for example, picked Assault, you can now open the door and throw your grenades inside. These can deal massive amounts of damage, sometimes even killing the enemy with just one hit. Well, depending on how close the grenade is to the enemy. Or let's say you picked Blitz. You can throw in a flashbang and charge in. Most of the enemy team is probably blinded and they should be a very easy kill. I'll probably be going to explain how to use your operators as effectively as possible in another video. Now, you cleared bomb site, but not all enemies were there. There are still a few enemies and they're hiding somewhere. No worries. Well, if you have the diffuser. You can defuse the bomb now, and that will force the enemies to come out of the hiding spots to stop the diffusers so they don't lose the round. If you defuse, the third phase will be triggered. This phase is known as the defusing phase. In this phase, you should stay at the bomb and find a good spot to stop the enemy from entering sight. If you have successfully killed them, or the time runs out and the enemy couldn't defuse in time. Defusing the diffuser takes 7 seconds, so keep that in mind. Congratulations, you will have won your first round. Well, now you just have to do this for the next 2 rounds, and you will probably win the map. You will have to win 3 rounds to win the map, by the way. Now, let's say you're a defender. Like the attackers, you will also have to pick an operator. I would suggest someone like guard or tower. Though be careful with tower's grenades. They are so-called gas grenades. These can hurt your teammates and also they can hurt you. Though the damage is greatly reduced for you and your teammates, so it will probably not kill. Now, in the setup phase, there are 3 things a defender can do. A. Make rotation/murder holds. These can help you get kills and will give you a bit more access to the map. B. Reinforce the bomb site. Or C. Go drone hunting and stop the enemy's drones from finding your bomb. By the way, just before the operation starts, you should find a hiding spot in a random room or hide inside bomb site. Now, the operation phase has begun. You have two choices. You can A. Press 4, so you can access the cameras that have been placed all around the building. By pressing Q or E, you can also switch through them and search for the enemy. As soon as you have found them, you can ping them by pressing Z. After that, you will have the options to remain on camera and keep pinging them, or with the information you now have, try to flank them and get a few kills. Or B, hide inside bomb site and wait for the enemy to come to you. If you choose this option, your grenades will probably come more in handy. If you picked guard, for example, you can use this impact grenades to deal heavy damage to shielded enemies and non-shielded enemies. So you can throw it at Breacher, for example, and it will also deal damage. Or if you picked tower, you can throw gas grenades to not only hinder the enemy's vision, but also maybe kill an already low health player who has the misfortune of walking into the deadly yellow gas. As soon as the enemies are killed, or the time runs out, you win. And after a few more wins, you will have won the map. This was my very, very quick sort of explanation of how to win a map. This is the first episode in a series I will be titling I ROS Academy. Yes. And also a huge shout out to Kota and Senki, aka Djdino, who have made the subtitles for this episode in Hungarian and in Dutch. So I hope if you're Hungarian or Dutch, you like the subtitles, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.